one of the finest and the most majestic building, most famously known not only in Goa, but to the east coast of India, right from Bijapur, and to the people of the world, is this palace where I am standing here, which is called as the Summer Holiday Palace of Adilshah.
In this, there were like 7 disciplines of art which were brought together under one roof. And there have been like different artists who worked to put this together.
This is done by an artist from Goa. And as you see in these photos, these probably look like Africans, but they are the ancestors of Goa.
So basically, this is a family from Goa called Ribeiro de Santana, and it's shown how they have moved to different parts of the country as well as the world in search of work. So these pictures show us the insights of what they have done back then.
There are beautiful photographs over here that you can see. These are of the churches and the ruins over here. But I'm not going to keep on telling you more because Amisha is making big eyes at me. So I'm going to allow her to go into this room and tell you about what is there.
So the next section is called In Memory of. Mr. Prashant Panjar, who is a curator, took help of Mr. Raj Tilak Nayak, who used to work for the Times of India, and took these pictures. These pictures are basically of how Goan people store memories of the dead, of the living, and the different ways in which they put it up. So you all can go and have a beautiful look at this. Next section over here is called the Terra Cognita. Terra means earth, cognita means do you know. So apparently the first printing press was supposed to go to Ethiopia, but by mistake it landed in Goa in 1556. And since then there have been 3 different moments of printing. So in the whole section, what we see are all the prints that have been taken since 1556 to 2016. So we start from here. Now this section, what we are telling you all is not just to look at the paintings, but also to have a look outside the windows, because this place is where you can see the most prestigious things in Panjim. Like you see the Mahamai Kamath house, which is one of the most influential families in Goa. We also will get to see the governor's office when this was a secretariat. Outside this window, what we see in this building was the Mahamai Kamath house. Now it's turned into shop, but the ancestors, few of them are still living in here. Over here in this abstract, you can see the conversions that were done from Hindus to Christians. So you can see the Christian names, but also the connection with the Hindus. So their father's name is a Hindu name and the son's name is a Christian name. This extract is from Ms. Maria Couto's book. Graphic prints in this room are from the Simrosa Art Gallery in Bombay. So this section over here is a connectivity between art and the actual statue which is outside. So the next section over here is called the Essentials Project, that is Roti Kapda Makan food, clothing and shelter, which is shown in the very luxurious form. So over here, first section is the clothing section. Here the pictures are taken by this renowned fashion photographer called Mr. Tarun. Towards my right side, what we see are these gramophones attached boxes wherein there are some fashion shows playing in. So the artist didn't just want to put a projector and play some boring movie. He wanted to show it in an innovative way. And that's the reason why he did so much of work and he put those movies in there.
This was how the movies, that time headphones were not there, but this was an instrument that was carried village to village by some people, had a handle and a reel behind, and the children and all the people would peep from here to see the moving pictures that were happening inside. Today, this art has disappeared because what we have are mobiles and we can see everything because the mobile knows more than what we know. This have gone behind the sense of time. I'm loving it.
The next section over here is the food part. Miss Gopika Chofla is a person who has studied and knows a lot about food. We all know that plating is an art by itself, so she has learned that too. Over here, these plates we see how we eat food in normal daily life. And on the dining table, this piece of art that we see is done by Miss Gopika Chofla. Basically, what she has done is she had plated this food by herself, then taken photographs of it, and she has displayed it in such a way that it catches everybody's eyes. So if we look at this over here, we come to know that half of the things in the plate are edible and half are not edible. This is moss, these are edible flowers, and pomegranate is what is edible. In each plate, if we look deep into it, we'll come to know that half of the things are edible and half are not edible. So what she's trying to tell us is, when we eat, we are supposed to first see through the sight, exactly know what we are eating, sense it, and then eat it. So that's the main idea of her behind this art. And the question she asked us is, shall we eat? So the last section of the Essentials project is shelter. Mr. Bharat, who is an architect turned into a photographer, has done this movie. What he is showing us are these old demolished houses of Goa. Even though the houses have been demolished, what he is trying to tell us is the spirit and essence of the people living in those houses still exists there, and it will always be there. Okay, so this section over here is called the Edge of Faith. These are photographs of this famous photographer who is no more, Mr. Prabhudas Gupta. So he is focusing on this Catholic community of Goa. Basically, this is the first time that his exhibition is held in such a way how he wanted it to be.
Many of us must have come here for this particular Serendipity festival. And I'm sure that 99% of you did not know what this picture is all about. This is a very, very beautiful feast that happens over here. And in Konkani, this is called as the Shepdyanche Pursao, or the procession of tails. And the tails were of these priests who used to wear these clothes, and they trailed behind them as they walked inside Sir Cathedral during one of these feasts that they have over there. This is called as the Shempadyanche Pursao. Very rare you have an opportunity. Please do not miss to go and see this. Lasts for just about 15-20 minutes, but you must go and see this. It happens in the Sir Cathedral, Old Goa, World Heritage Site.
So this last section on the first floor is the Eyes Have It. Here, 10 different photographers, 10 literature people and 10 people to put it up together were chosen. What they say is, images and words come together to create a piece of art. So basically the photographers were just told to click whatever pictures they want, and the literature people were told to comment on the pictures. And there was another person who was chosen to put this up together. Now all the text over here is original except for the card right under that white frame, which is from the Alice in Wonderland. So we can have a look at it and come to know the difference in each picture. Over here the picture is there and the text is handwritten. Over here the picture is behind and the text is written on the frame. Over here you can see a page from a book that is put up to show the text, and the picture is put in front. So everything together is a piece of art.
And from here you can see a courtyard that is there for this palace of Adilshah.
We are still not done with this. A whole big craft section is left to be seen into. So from here we start the craft section. What we see over here is called the Sanji art, that is paper cutting. What we see over here is pen and ink work, which is done by Mr. Chandra Bhushan Kumar. Behind Sanji art, we have two artists, Mr. Ram Soni and Mr. Vijay Kumar Verma. Again over here, we have this pen and ink work done by Mr. Bajju Sham. Next in here, we see these pictures of Goa done in a very different way by this artist called Kalam Patua. Over here we have the iron craft from Chhattisgarh done by Mr. Shankar Vishwakarma. Over here we have the terracotta pottery done by Mr. Bhuvnesh Prasad. These are terracotta plates done by the artist called Dinesh Chandra Kumar. This is hand woven bamboo done by this artist called Vivekananda Bakchi. Over here we have this Bhuta sculptures made of wood and Bhuta sculptures made of iron by this artist called Sukumar and Mr. Rajesh. Over here we have this miniature paintings by Mr. Jay Prakash. This is a scroll done by Mr. Gurupada Chitrakar. What we see over here is the marble inlay work of Agra. And over here again we have paintings by Mr. Chailash Chandra Meher from Odisha.
This particular Adilshah's palace is hosting the Serendipity Arts Festival. There's a beautiful exhibition going down, but I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am not so good at art or explaining that particular thing. But here with us we have got a young lady by the name Usma Khan, who is now going to tell us about a specific installation or artists who have put up this exhibition, which is called as a Tale of Two Cities, India and Sri Lanka. Welcome to our program, Usma. Would you tell us something about this?
So, sir, these basically is about the two cities, that is one from India and one from Sri Lanka. So the first city that we have is Varanasi and Anuradhapura from Sri Lanka, Varanasi from India. So these two cities, they are considered the most holy places. Now India, we know that Varanasi is the most holy place. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, it's Anuradhapura. So then we have this first thing that is there. This is a boat that you can see. These are the stupas. This is a most important thing of Sri Lanka. So this is exhibiting that. This is done by Anoli Pereira.
Okay.
And she's done this. This is like how pilgrims, we specify pilgrims as something which is like related to cloth. Like whatever you see, there is a cloth around them or something like that. And that is basically bright colors. So this is like how you can see all these things. They are all knots put up and they are done in a very beautiful way. You can see all the artwork on the boat and the stupas.
So these different colors could actually be portraying communal harmony?
Probably they could be portraying that.
Wow. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is the right type of installation for a place like Goa, which is a living example of communal harmony, and coming from the eyes and the hands of the artist, I think we have a beautiful piece over here. Let's go to the next one. So Usma, what is this?
So this is done by Pala Potupitiye, again an artist from Sri Lanka, and as you can see, these are like the
stupas.
The tombs.
Okay.
Yeah, these are like the tombs, the most historic tombs, and they have something which specifies what you say, a heritage. Like you can see those small things like the empires and stuff like that in Sri Lanka. So this is something to do with that.
Okay. So this could be royalty?
Yes.
That's very nice. Piece of the artillery. I saw that this one was empty. My question was it left here by default or by design? It is left here by design, and I take it and interpret it as you use your imagination to come up with something really beautiful in the field of art. Imagination. Serendipity Art Festival for you. When I walked from one hall to another, I saw a piece of art that was lying down there. The first thing I said was, I didn't break it. But it so happened that that is the way that the artist wanted it to be portrayed. But I couldn't understand it. It looked like the broken plate that I do at home many times when it slips out of my hand. So let's ask Usma, what is the meaning of this?
So this, what you will see, it's like 7 levels. It's like 7 concentric circles that are required to attain nirvana. There are the 7 levels to attain peace. This is in Buddhism. So what the artist has done here is that he's taken fiber and resin sculpture and he's broken it into half and crumpled the whole thing. He's trying to ask us whether all these levels are really necessary to attain nirvana or peace.
I think I have attained nirvana through this piece of art. Let's see what more there is in store over here. After attaining nirvana, I was escorted to another hall, which seems to be very nice. This is something terracotta. And to explain this, we have got another young lady, Amisha Kalangutkar. So let's hear from her. Amisha, bhai.
So this section in here is done by this artist called Manjunath Kamath. Basically what he has used is terracotta and metal. If we look at this over here, it looks like it's some ancient thing which is broken and now it's kept as a piece of art. So if we look at this, it looks like it's a sleeping Buddha and Lord Vishnu. This lotus, the water, portrays Lord Vishnu and the sleeping position portrays sleeping Buddha. So what the artist wants us to do, the artist is Mr. Manjunath Kamath, what he wants us to do is imagine the undone part for ourselves and know what it is. Like I see this as a sleeping Buddha and Lord Vishnu, what do you see it as? So there are these different things he have done which are left incomplete. We are supposed to complete them in our mind. Now the second thing is this Buddha. If we look at it from this angle, it looks like it's just one piece. But when we come this side, we come to know it's not just one Buddha, they are like two different Buddhas. But the artist has put us to thought, like how can it be like that? How does it look like one Buddha? Why is it that way? It's for us to imagine.
From nirvana to enlightenment. These young ladies have been explaining it so beautifully. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what art is all about. Art is something that has no boundaries. Let your imagination fly. In this wonderful edifice called as the Adilshah Palace or the Old Secretariat, right now you have an opportunity to come and view some amazing pieces of art which have been displayed by artists that have come not only from here but from all over India, all over the world. So please do make it a point to come here and see this. Well, we are not yet finished. Other things yet to be seen. So as I was walking from one room to another, display halls rather, I came across one hall, a long hall, where I thought that saris were being put to dry. But when I asked about them, they had a history. This handloom had history. Let us find out more from the young ladies.
So these are, you can see this one is a block printed sari, and this is all hand done. So
Okay.
it takes a lot of time and patience to do this work. And this, as you see, this is bandhani basically. But this is also in English, as we know, it is called as tie and dye. As you see, this is very finely done. All these things over here. As we move this side, we see that there is this eye-catching piece that everybody really loves. This is called as the Jamla spread, and it's done by an artist called as Shiva Subakar. So it's the artist's wish not to keep it for sale.
Okay, so he would like to keep it for himself. And who wouldn't like to keep such a beautiful piece for oneself? Now, there is something else that I saw over here which fascinated me. Lovely art, very intricate art, and it's standing on its own. Let's find out from the young lady what this is all about.
This is a screen made by Muhammad Natlu, and he's a master craftsman. As you can see, the fine details on it, they are done by hand. All this is done by hand. So as you can see, it has 4 panels, and it's called as a jali.
This is the screen. I am behind it. I'm not sure whether you can see me, but I think this thing serves its purpose. Today Panjim is changing. From that marshy land which was filled up by the mud taken out from cutting the hill to create Korta the Oiter or Kortin and filling up the muddy patches, today Panjim is having tall buildings, high-rise buildings. The roads have been tarred, they have been broadened, and what was just a hamlet of a handful of people and a handful of houses, today we have got lakhs of people coming over here and vehicles which are jumping from 30,000 to 40,000 every day. So, we have seen the Secretariat, the Old Secretariat, we have seen the beautiful exhibition that's going on, and we look forward to seeing more things over here. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, just as a parting shot for you all, I would like you to see this chandelier from down. We have come to the end of this episode. We have brought you into the old seat of power, not only of the Adilshah, the Portuguese, and the Goa government, but also today the seat of power of art. So, if you have any views, if you want to tell us anything about the places that you know, please write to us on the email that you see over here. You have any suggestions to make, do not hesitate. We love your comments. I am thankful to all of you. Many of you have called me, told me that they have liked the program because they understood things which they had not known. That is the aim of My Goem. The Prudent team and My Goem together are bringing these aspects of Goa and its heritage to you. Please help us to protect, preserve, and promote this in a very harmonious way. Goa is known to be a very harmonious, communally harmonious land. Let our generation strive hard to pass on this gift that we have received to the next generation. Till the next episode, bye-bye.